What's hiding underneath things can be scary. Underwater, under your bed, especially what's under your carpet. Except when you get new carpet from Carpet One Floor and Home. After tearing up your old carpet, they'll vacuum and apply Health Annex antimicrobial to your subfloor, disinfecting and killing mold, mildew, and any remaining general awfulness. Carpet One Floor and Home goes the extra mile to protect you, your family, and your home. Carpet One Floor and Home in Columbia, making your home beautiful, guaranteed.
Good morning and welcome to Radio Friends on Tuesday, September the 14th. We're going to talk a little bit about finances today, and I've got my friend Alex LaBrunerie with us from LaBrunerie Financial. And Alex, we talk about retiring.
Yes.
Can you afford to retire?
Yes, Paul. That's the million-dollar question for everyone, particularly the baby boomers. We've talked recently about the exodus from the labor force by baby boomers. They're retiring or leaving the workforce at much higher numbers thanks to COVID, unfortunately. It's forcing people to want to retire earlier than they might have in their early 60s or mid-60s. And there are several things people need to do, families, households, couples ought to do before they take the plunge and just decide to retire. And I thought we might discuss a couple of those on air, and then...
Yeah. The one question you had down here, can you afford to retire and maintain income into your age of mid-90s or late 90s?
Yes.
So you got to figure this out. Say, what if I live till 95? Am I going to have money to pay for my expenses?
Yeah. If you're all of a sudden feeling the urge and you're in your 60s or so to really retire earlier than you thought because of COVID or other job changes or stress factors, you really ought to sit down and say, what do I need to do with my budget, with my expenses, and mentally start thinking about what retirement looks like.
Yeah.
And be aware that retirement could be 30 years. So
right. Yeah. You could, and you don't know what those 30 years could bring.
Yeah.
God willing, you'll be in good health.
Yeah.
But if something comes up, you have to plan for that also.
That's right.
The other thing you were mentioning was taking all of the accounts that you have.
Yes.
Along with your Social Security.
Yes.
Add it all up.
That's right. So so another to-do list on the multiple to-do list in prepping for retirement is get organized on your finances. A lot of people have old pensions that from previous employers, or they have old 401ks, or they've not really contacted Social Security thoroughly or looked at Social Security. They can do that. Social Security is fairly user-friendly in getting your...
Oh, yeah, online.
Yeah, online.
All you have to do is just go, if you haven't set up an account online, you can go to Social Security, set up your account, and then you can put in your estimated date that you want to file, and it'll come back pretty much to the penny.
It's real slick, yeah. Absolutely.
So,
some pensions, too, do that. I know that the university pension lets you do that,
yes.
MUs. Other pensions, older ones, are pretty antiquated. So if you have an older pension, you probably have to make some phone calls, get behind the scenes on that.
Yeah. But, Alex, I do this on a regular basis, and maybe I'm just fanatic about it, but I'll take everything that I have, add it all up, what it is currently worth today, and then after I've added the whole amount up, I will divide it by the number of years that I'm projecting myself to live.
Well, that is excellent, Paul.
I've projected myself to 85 and then to 90. I usually don't go over 90 because nobody in my family has lived past 90.
Those old school calculations work very well.
So I got how many years, then I divided by 12 to see what I can actually have each month.
Yes.
Is that okay to do that?
That is okay. And that's what you want to do in accounting. Well, you can also another thing to do is engage with a financial counselor or financial advisor, and bring your information to this person, him or her, and maybe get deep projections made for the next 30 years to answer the question: can you really retire? Or are you going to have to work several more years to make your longevity of income much stronger.
Right. And sometimes people will retire from their main job
Yeah.
and they will take a part-time job.
Yeah, so you can phase down a little bit,
Yeah,
or a
supplement
part-time
it.
job. Working remotely, these baby boomers especially have a lot of value in their workplace, so they have a lot of knowledge, and employers are not wanting to necessarily have that walk out the door all at once. So
Right.
there's some ability to phase down and maybe move to 3/4 time, part-time.
Okay, let's talk about investing at an older age. Now, if you're in your 70s, and let's say
Yes.
you're in your 70s and you've never invested before, you've kept all that money under your mattress, which is not the good thing to do.
Yes.
Is it ever too late to
Well, you have to be careful because if you really need that's where you really need to work with a financial counselor, advisor, or feel very comfortable yourself, because markets are at record highs now, and if you plunge into it at a record high and you're 70 and you need the money in 3 years to live on, you could come back to your accounts and see them down, negative 15, 20, 30%. So you want to be very careful.
So you've got to look at the long range.
Yeah, that's
Right.
right. That's right.
When you're looking at the long range, and this, I don't know if this is a fair question to ask you. Right now, everything's doing well. What do you see, just as a gut feeling, say 5 years from now?
Well, I believe in the cycles and the business cycles, and I think then the regression to the mean, and when we're at record highs, we're going to have a retreat back to the average returns of the S&P 500, and we're so far above them now that there has to be some sort of pullback in the future, whether that's 5 years from now or 4 years from now or 2 days from now is anybody's guess, really.
Right.
But I think we'll see we'll go into a recession sometime in the next several years, and that will affect the markets, and people's incomes who are based on market returns will be affected.
Okay. But then when you look at the extended long range period, it will
Yes.
come back up again.
Yes, that's right.
It will come back
a
up
lot,
again.
but as John Kenneth Rowell, in the long run, we're all dead. So, as Galbraith said. So.
All right. I just want to leave this on a positive note. Though.
Sure. And Paul, this is these are 3 quick points. On our website, we have a 10-point checklist on our website.
Okay, so what's your web address?
It's our LaBrunerie.com.
Okay. And you can go to LaBrunerie.com and you will find a 10-point checklist
Yes.
in preparing for retirement.
Yes.
And are you able?
Yes.
Are you ready to retire
Yes.
or not?
Yes.
Okay.
Don't retire until you know you are able.
All right. Some people have no choice there.
Yeah,
But,
yeah.
And what's your phone number for more information?
573-449-5313.
Okay. You got it, Alex. Always
Thanks.
a pleasure to have you
Thanks,
here.
everyone.
And don't forget, Fridays are bow tie Fridays at LaBrunerie. You ever
Yes.
have an Aloha shirt day?
We're going to get one.
Okay. All right. We're out of time. Send me an email, pepperpmissouri.edu. Bye-bye. Thank you.